This is a day 3,379 of me day trading. And I've become a consistently profitable trader because of the 5 choices that the other traders would call flat out wrong. Like, I've stopped analyzing my losing trades and I refuse to trade most days of the week. Everyone is hunting for the better entries, guys. And what actually made me profitable was the things that I stopped doing. And in this video, I will list all 5 of them with the exact numbers. Choice number 1. Let me tell you something. The most expensive advice in trading is the one everybody agrees with. Learn from your mistakes. In almost every other job, that works. You mess something up, you go back, you find what went wrong, you fix it, you get better. Trading is built completely differently. Here you can do everything right and still lose money. And you can do everything wrong and still get paid. So here's what actually happens. You take a loss, and because you're a serious trader, because you care, you open the chart back up and you spend 2 hours on it. And guys, if you look at the charts long enough, you will always find something. Always. You will spot a wick you should have waited for, or in a candle that warned you, and you tweak your rule. Now, think about what you just did. That rule was working. You just changed the working rule to avoid a loss that was supposed to happen. Because losses are not mistakes, they're inventory. A strategy that wins half the time will hand you 4 losses in a row at some point. That's not a broken strategy. That's just a Tuesday. But if you learn from every one of those 4, by Friday, you're trading a completely different system than the one that you have backtested at the Monday. And you will blame your psychology. It was never your psychology. So here's what I do instead. After a loss, I review my execution, never the outcome. One question: did I follow my rule? Yes or no? That's it. If yes, the trade was correct and the money is just the cost of doing a business. If no, I don't touch the strategy. I fix me. And here's the part that nobody does. If you actually want to get better at spotting your setup, study your winners, not your losses. Your winners are the only place your patterns show up cleanly. So screenshot every single trade that worked. Keep them in one folder and go through them once a week. Same chart, same conditions, same shape. After 30 to 40 of those, you start seeing your setups forming before it forms. That's a real pattern recognition, and you can only build it from what worked. Your losses teach you nothing. Your winners teach you everything. And by the way, if you want me to actually go through your executions with you and tell you whether it's a strategy or it's a you, that's exactly what we do inside the mentorship. Link in the description below. Now, reviewing your execution only works if you have one clear rule to check against. And almost most traders don't because they are reading 5 charts at once. Multi-timeframe analysis gets taught as being thorough, right? It's not thorough. It's organized confusion. Here's what it looks like in a real life. You check the daily, bullish. You drop to the 4 hourly, pull back, so now you're not sure. You go to the 1 hourly, looks bearish. 15-minute, there's a setup. 5-minute is just spike against you. 5 charts, 5 different stories, and you've got about 90 seconds to decide. So what happens? You freeze. Or you pick whichever chart agrees with what you already wanted to do, which is not analysis. Guys, that's just shopping for permission. Or the move goes without you and you chase it 2 candles later. And here's the thing. This feels like a work. That's why it's so hard to give up. You spend 40 minutes on top-down analysis, so it must be better than the guy who looked at the charts for 90 seconds. It is not. You just spent 40 minutes finding a reason to disagree with yourself. I trade the 15-minute and nothing else. No top-down analysis, no 4-hour confirmation, 1 chart, 1 story, 1 decision. Now, which single time frame is yours is not a preference thing. It's decided by how much time you can actually give this. Be honest with yourself here, because more screen time does not mean more profits. Scalper needs 2 to 3 hours a day. Your time frame is 3 to 5 minutes. Day trader needs 15 to 30 minutes a day. Your time frame is 15-minute time frame. Swing trader spends from 15 to 30 minutes a week. Your time frame is 4-hourly chart. Pick the route that matches the life you actually have, not the other way around, not the one that sounds most exciting. If you've got a full-time job and you pick scalping, you're going to be checking your phone in meetings and taking trades you never planned. That's not a discipline problem. That's picking the wrong row. And once you picked it, that time frame is where everything happens. Your levels, your analysis, your entries, your stop loss, and all of it on one. Go backtest this and you will see it yourself. Your win rate barely moves when you delete the other charts. Your decision speed doubles. One chart, one story, one decision. So now you're looking at the chart and you can actually see the setup. The next question is what you're aiming for. And this is where most traders get quietly destroyed by mass. Every guru on your feed is posting 20-hour screenshots, and they are real. That's the frustrating part. The screenshot is not fake. What's missing is the number underneath it, the win rate. And those strategies, it's usually under 10%. Guys, I'm even stuttering to tell you that. So here's the thing nobody explains. Win rate and risk-to-reward ratio are negatively correlated. They pull against each other. The further away you put your target, the more chances that the market has to come back and take you out first. Kind of like a basketball shot. The further back you step, the more it pays and the less often it goes in. You can have a high win rate or you can have a huge R multiplier. You cannot have both. And anyone selling you both is selling you a screenshot. Now, let me show you the math because this is where it gets interesting. Say you take 10 trades risking 1% each, chasing 1 to 10 with 10% win rate. 9 losses, that's minus 9%. 1 winner plus 10%. You end up with 1% profit. 10 trades, 1 good day, up 1%. Now, take those same 10 trades with 3R with a win rate which is above 50%. 5 losses minus 5%, 5 winners plus 15%. You're up 10%. Same 10 trades, 10 times the money. And that's before we even talk about what those 9 losses in a row do to a human being. Because that's a real cost. No normal person survives losing 9 out of 10 trades. By loss number 4, you are already asking if the strategy still works. By loss 6, you're skipping setups. And by loss 7, you're doubling size to catch up. And the one trade that was supposed to pay for all of it, you were not in it. You were on the sidelines because you couldn't take another loss. So I aim for 3 to 5R with a win rate above 50%. Stop goes behind the structure that invalidates my idea. Target sits at the 3 to 5 times of that. Boring, sustainable. Actually, the 20R strategy makes better content. The 3R strategy makes more money. Just believe me, go backtest both of them and you will see it in a weekend. Quick thing, if this is making sense so far, hit subscribe. We are on a mission to help 1 million people make consistent profits from the markets. And honestly, it just helps this get in front of more traders who need it. Alright, next one. So we've got a one chart and a sane target. But you can have both of those perfect and still bleed out. Because how many times a day you press the button? Most traders think they overtrade because of the emotions. Revenge trading, greed, tilt, whatever you want to call it. That's not it. You overtrade because nobody ever gave them a number. Think about it. Your strategy tells you where to enter, where to put your stop, where to take profit. It says nothing about how many times. So the number defaults to infinity. It's like driving a road with no speed limit sign. You're not slowing down because nothing ever told you to. And when the ceiling is infinity, every okayish setup becomes a trade. There's always another trade, and there's no rule stopping you. That's how 30 days of profit disappear in 4 hours. Not because of one bad decision, but because there was no line where the day was allowed to end. So here's the fix. And it's most boring rule I have. You get 1 to 2 trades per trading window. And your trading window depends on what type of trader you are. Scalper is going to take 1 to 2 trades per session. And your window is the first 4 hours of that session. Day trader is going to take 1 to 2 trades per day. 1 whole day is your window. Swing trader is going to take 1 to 2 trades per week. 1 whole week is your window. Same trader types from before, same logic. Whatever you pick in step 2 decides your number here. And here's the magic of it. In 8 years, this held every single time. Your setup only appears 1 to 2 times inside your window. No more, no less. It's not a restriction that I invented to control myself. It's just how often the pattern actually shows up, which means the moment you know your number, you stop hunting trades that doesn't exist. You're not sitting there at hour 6 of the New York session, squinting at the charts trying to manufacture a forced setup. You already know there was not one. I'm a day trader, so my cap is 2. If both come in the first hour and both lose, my day is done. Laptop is closed. Nothing I do for the next 8 hours can make that day better. It can only make it worse. That one rule has saved me more money than any entry model I've ever learned. So that controls how much you trade inside a day, how many times. The last one controls whether you trade at all. And this one is genuinely why people hate me for that. Day trading doesn't mean that you have to trade every single day. It means trading within the day when there's actually a day worth trading. I get 2 to 3 genuine tradable days in a full week, not 5. The rest are just a choppy, directionless, and expensive. I know exactly why people hate this one, because sitting on your hands feels like failing. But you told yourself that you're gonna take this seriously. You woke up early, you did your prep, you're at the desk. And the answer is no trade today? Why? That feels lazy. It feels like you're not a real trader. But look at what you're actually choosing between. On a choppy day, price has no intention of going anywhere. It pokes above a level, comes straight back, pokes below, comes straight up. Every single candle looks like the start of a move, and none of them are. That's a day designed to take money from people who need to trade. And the traders who show up every single day, give back on Wednesday and Thursday is exactly what they have earned on Monday. So the whole game is knowing which one you are in before you are in a trade. And you can't do that on a feeling. So here's a mechanical version. Pick yourself a reference range. For me as a day trader, it's the previous day high and low. And then you're just watching for one thing at the open of your session. Does price break out of that range with a full body close and hold outside it? If yes, that's a trending day. You've got a direction. Go find yourself an entry. If the price is chopping back and forth inside of that range, or it breaks out and immediately falls back in, that's a rangy day. There's no trade. That's it. It's a yes or no question with a chart answer, not a mood. And this is a part that took me years to accept. Guys, the day you don't trade are what makes the days you do trade profitable. You're not protecting your account by sitting out. You're protecting the edge that only shows up 2 to 3 times a week. Sitting on my hands feels like doing nothing. It's actually the highest paid decision I make all week. So that's it. 5 choices, and not one of them made me feel like a real trader at that time. They made me feel lazy, slow, and unambitious next to everybody posting 20-hour screenshots. That feeling was the price of admission. But here's the thing, every one of those only works because the strategy underneath them is 100% mechanical. You can't cap your trades at 2 if you're not sure what a setup is. You can't skip a day if a tradable is just a feeling for you. So I put together a free training breaking down the exact mechanical system these 5 choices sit on top of them. You're gonna learn how I find 1 to 2 high quality trades a day without guessing and without being glued to the charts. The link in the description below. See you inside.